and you're dealing with Jeffrey Boycotts or Tendulkars on the other side, where you have a responsibility for the audience as well, not just to the
Yeah,
guys sitting
that's right.
there. How did you balance that bit? Because that's a tough one when you have big names there.
I was a reporter and then I became an interviewer, and I interviewed people from all walks of life. When I was at the newspaper, from heart surgeon Christian Barnard to novelist John le Carre to the wife of the governor of Hong Kong to British politicians to showbiz stars ranging from Jackie Chan to Schwarzenegger to Oliver Stone, the conspiracy theory director. I covered all sorts of things, and that teaches you the skill of interviewing, and it teaches you something which I'm going to come back to a lot in this conversation, I think, Abhishek, which is empathy. You have to make yourself relatable to the subject. You have to be engaging. You have to show them that you know your stuff, which means that they respect you, and then the conversation will be better. But in terms of panel discussion, whether it's on TV or on stage, the key to a great panel discussion is actually listening. How often do you notice that the host, very often on TV, people I feel have a habit of asking a question, delivering it the most beautifully articulate way they can, so they look great, they sound great, and then shutting off, not listening to the answer. And you'll notice this happen because what will happen is the presenter will ask the question, or the moderator, and then they'll immediately start thinking about their next one. And the interviewee might actually give them an absolute stunning answer. They might give them the proverbial juicy half volley, sitting up there waiting to be smashed, and they miss it. Instead, they just go ahead with their next question. So the key to it is empathy. Very often the second question is way more important than the first, because the line about answering a question just as it's forming in the viewer's mind, that was given to me by the doyen of cricket presenters and commentators, Richie Benner. And I was very privileged as a very young man. I was at a test match at Lord's and he was commentating for BBC or someone. And my producer introduced me to him. And what a remarkable man. He knew who I was, which was very flattering. He complimented me on something he must have seen me do. And he said, I'll just give you one piece of advice. And he gave me that line. He said, that, as far as I'm concerned, the secret to great commentary is answering a question just as it's beginning to form in the viewer's mind. And if you break that down, Abhishek, what it does is it absolutely sums up everything I always try to do. Identifying a trend or something, and then articulating it in such a way that it empowers the viewer. Because if the viewer is just starting to subconsciously notice something and we address it, and then we explain it,
Right.
the viewer's then going, yeah, you see, I saw that. Yeah, that's what's happening. I knew that was going on.